Hey, welcome back to Hobbies with Jose. I'm Jose Carvajal, and today we've got issue 106 of Eaglemoss's Build the DeLorean. Thanks for joining me again, everyone. It's good to have you back here. So we're going to continue on with our build of our DeLorean. And I do want to mention why I'm only working on one issue today. Our next two issues, 107 and 108, they're actually going to be working on the coils, the silver parts that are going to go over the lights on the rear of the vehicles. One issue per each side. So I'm going to keep those together here. But without further ado, let me get this guy open and see what we've got going on here. All right, so we have our support bar that's going to go on the rear bottom section of the vehicle, and also some of the covers for the support bar sections. We have some AP screws, and these are the LED lights that are out of the box supposed to light up the rear wires, but of course we're not going to use them. The interesting thing about the lights is that the wires themselves are going to be exposed and they're part of the support bar here. So at the very least we're going to use a section of this, and I think I am going to cut out, I'm not sure if either the LEDs themselves or the white plugs, because they're supposed to fit inside of these junction boxes here, and it's going to be short on room, so we're going to check to see what fits. And last but not least, we have some more wire tie and adhesive tape, which we won't be using for the build. I might, if anything, use this to keep the cables together when I use more of Mike Lane's zip ties. So this might come in handy. So once again, we're going to be deviating a bit from the instructions that Eaglemoss provides us, since we're going to be following the instructions that we have from Model Mods to plug in the EL wire onto this unit here. And Eaglemoss's instructions do show us that there's technically enough room to have both the LEDs and also the white plugs inside of the junction boxes, but I am going to make it a little bit easier myself, and I'm gonna cut those off, and I'll still have enough room to have the cables just kind of rolled up in there, because we're not just going to be putting this section on, but we have these other cables on here as well. This always makes me a little bit nervous, but must be done. And I want to get them centered as much as I can here, just to make sure there's equal room on each side. And I think this is going to be a good section where the black cable tie is going to help out. I'm going to just wrap it around to help keep it in place here. Alright, so we've got our colored cables in place and our wire tie helping to keep that in one piece here. Next, we're going to insert our EL cables inside of our junction boxes. So I'm going to move the vehicle around just to get a better angle to work on it easily here. Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of moving the vehicle around too much, especially flipping it over. I've already had a couple of the zip ties pop out just from handling it on the sides. So I'm gonna have to reattach them, mostly, preferably once I'm done building the whole thing. And I might use a different type of glue. I've been using Tamiya's model glue, but I might switch over to Crazy Glue. I think that's gonna have a better hold. But anywho, with that being said, we've got our support bar here. Now, one thing I did notice when I was putting in the cables, I was putting them here in the front, but it's actually gonna go on the vehicle like this. So there's gonna be a screw on each side that's gonna be attaching to the bottom section. So I went ahead and adjusted the cables to be on top of the support bar once it's there, so it's not in the way, they're not getting pinched in any kind of way. And here is the L wire connection here. Now, the instructions have it that this black section is what's going to start to go inside of the junction box, so you don't see any of it coming out. And we're going to bend this back section as best we could to the bar itself so that it's blending in, and we're going to tuck all of these pieces in behind the back bumper. And we also have the other end of the L wire. It's going to go firmly in here like this. I think what I'm going to do, since I have pretty much all the cables in place here, I'm going to attach the cover to this piece, and then I'll worry about bending this black section up to match the bar once it's all firm in place. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky because you're holding so many pieces together, and again, we're trying not to pinch the L wire to prevent it from lighting once we have it all together here. All right, so we've got that one in place. Let's go ahead and work on the other side here. Okay, and we have those two sections done. Now we tuck away these black sections here onto the bottom rear bumper, just to get them out of sight. And we'll attach the support bar with some more AP screws. Now I'm actually going to leave the black wire tie onto the colored cables for now because I'm going to put Mike Lane's zip ties more towards the end of the entire build so I don't risk them popping off again. So I'll just leave that in place for right now. We'll go ahead and flip the vehicle over again, and I'm going to have the L wires lined up properly along the back. All right, so I've got the vehicle right side up again. I did go ahead and align the L wire along the side how it's going to go on the finished build. And I've hooked it up back to the power. I'm going to turn it on to make sure that it's still lighting up I don't have anything pinched to prevent it from lighting up. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yep, and it's still in one piece, still lighting up okay. The other side is lighting up as well, and you can see here in the front I already have the front section assembled. That's still lighting up as well. All right, so on the next video we're going to be doing two issues again. I'll be working on the power coils, just the coverings over the L wires, and I'll be adjusting the other side as well. I did need to adjust the length of the L wire inside of the junction box, so I still don't have the coverings over that just yet. I'll get those done once I have the coverings over the actual L wires. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you like what you saw. Any questions or comments you have, feel free to leave them in the section below, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care everyone.